tisk, I should say. You know, you three ought to know better than to be picking fights at a time like this. It's been a while. I've been feeling a little too safe at school lately, so naturally I began to wonder where you had gone. It didn't take too long to consider who you target next. It's written all over your face. You lot are nothing more than the kind of cruel children who pick the legs off of spiders. It's been a while since I felt so revolted. Did I really say something like that? What do you suppose I'm implying? Well, consider it. Being outside after everyone else has already left the school, with nary a witness around for miles. Building yourself a profile of being violent and vindictive and ever so petty. And with that, a probable cause for you to have to look over your shoulder every day until you graduate with the knowledge that there's nowhere truly safe for you? Why, with that, I can't even tell if your victims are culprits in all this. This web that exists between all who knew her, loved her, loathed her, simply knew of her. It gets a little more complicated when you can't tell where the spider's gone. If the spider's gone. If you pulled off enough of its legs while you still had the chance, or if the increasing loss of functionality and autonomy simply makes the beast hungrier. You know, under high stress, even a deer will become carnivorous. I can't help but wonder what will possess you to eat your young. It's a modest proposal, if I do say so myself. Your concerns really are that petty and small, aren't they? I pity you. I pity me. I pity you. For all the same reasons, I pity Kimmy Schlatt. Are you all right? It's such a shame when such little minds belittle their betters. I know what you're thinking. I shouldn't have leaned so hard on Kimmy Schlatt against them. It draws suspicion, but I need to hit them where it would hurt. They may lack empathy for their common man, but they're capable of assessing the associations involved just as much as you or I are. They don't think, but they also do not know for certain. They are like us, but they are not us. Look, we need to accept the benign reality of the matter. Kimmy is dead. Kimmy is dead, and we killed her. Perhaps I was her executioner, but the case could be argued when our vulnerable human souls are weighed against a feather on the scale in the afterlife we all debatably face. That Kimmy Schlatt died when she became interested in you. Consider it, if you will. It's hyperbolic and clearly not applicable and within any legal setting. I don't even know why I mentioned it, but Kimmy Schlatt. Kimberly Schlatt. Average student, popular enough to be considered social, but not popular enough to be hit with the usual derogatory language attributed to unlikable women. No boyfriend, no girlfriend. Her extracurriculars were limited to track and field after school and ballet even later than that. That's all I truly know. For all I know, she prayed every day, went to church on the weekends, ate vegetarian, the usual fixings of the nice small town girl cut down in her prime. Her death is tragic, of course. Of course. Of course. But, well, how do I put this? The greatest crime a dead woman could ever commit is for her application to the sainthood to be post-mortem. The same Laura Palmer who was homecoming queen was the same Laura Palmer who participated in sex work and was addicted to cocaine. The Abigail Hobbs who was a victim of her father's wrath but also helped perpetuate it for the sake of her own survival, and would go on to kill on her own in the name of that same irrational self-preservation. The Kimmy Schlatt who was loved by everyone so dearly, and loved by everyone back in kind. She just loved this other person a little too much. It doesn't matter if the real Kimmy Schlatt could be cruel and annoying and manipulative, the kind of person who hangs out with the kind of people who get a kick out of bullying twitchy, witchy girls who carry their twitchy, witchy tones and record their very untwitchy, very unwitchy data in practically every other waking moment. It doesn't matter to anyone else but us. Aren't we so lucky to be so special? We keep the living dead girl alive. We can just as easily bury her under another patch of oleander and let the white leaves do the rest of the talking until the poison finally seeps. We control her memory, her legacy. Any day after today, we could tell the truth about the fact that their hometown sweetheart was anything but sweet, but obsessive. Revoltingly so. Revoltingly, convulsively, dangerously so. But tomorrow, I want to forget. We do not live for the living dead girl. We live for ourselves. We live for us. We live for what we are now and what we could be in a way that every other sword of Damocles that goes unwielded cannot. The spider lives on, my friend. The spider lives on. The spider may crawl on only 2 legs, 3 if lucky. The graceful tact is gone, and now the beast only knows the pain of being scorched by the sun, enemy of God. But the spider is still alive, and the spider hungers for something more. But today, the spider is satiated. The spider is satisfied. Enough to wait and see what tomorrow brings.